What's up, guys, and welcome back to another episode of Project Time Garage. Anybody remember Project F2Hooptie? Well, if you don't remember it, go back and remember it. I'm going to stick a link up here in the corner to the entire build series on this. This was the $500 F250 7.3 diesel 4-wheel drive automatic red with cloudy headlights truck that my buddy scored. And we've pretty much taken it from rags to riches, as you might say. In fact, I'm going to have to stop calling it F2Hooptie at some point here because it's not very hoopty anymore. It's a pretty damn nice truck, honestly. So today we are going to take care of a Hydra tuner on this. Know anything about 7.3s? I've had a few of them here, and they're not that strong. You know, I don't want to say they're not that strong, but they lack a little pep. How about that? Now, are we going to sacrifice pep for longevity? Hopefully not. I think at the end of the day, it's just be a grown up, keep your foot out of it, you know, and it's good. Anyway, all that to say, we're going to put this Hydra in here today. I figure I might take you guys along because I've taken you along on everything else we've done to the truck so far. So why not this? Enough yapping. Let's get to work. But before we do that, let's go ahead and run a quick 0 to 60 with no tuner on it and just see, you know, what's it like stock. Just kind of get a baseline, and then we'll take a couple of those tunes and we'll run 0 to 60, you know, with some tunes. So let's do that first. All right, here we go. Ready, set, now. Done. That was 11.88. So 11.88, 0 to 60. Totally stock, which I feel like that's about average for one of them. So we'll get back and we'll throw this Hydra on here and see what we have after that. So in order to do this, we're going to have to pull the PCM out of the truck, and on this particular version or particular year model or whatever vintage of truck, I guess, you'll need to pull the connector out of the ECM from the inside under the hood here. It's right up, it's really just kind of on the other side of right there. So we'll need to pull the connector out there, but we'll have to get under the dash to actually pull the PCM itself out of the truck. Let me show you where you disconnect it from. Here on the driver's side, inner fender, we can look there and we see there are 3 boxes right there. That's not them, that's just for location, for reference. But there's the single box right there that has a single 10 millimeter in it. Well, that 10 millimeter is what we're after. So we'll unscrew that. That will pull the connector out of the ECM as we're doing it. So it will self unplug. If you're doing this at home, and by the way, this is not a how-to, just filming what I'm doing. If you're following along at home, unhook your batteries first. Unhook the negative on both your batteries. Or if you like to unhook the positive on both your batteries, unhook the positive. If you like to unhook both, unhook both. If you like to put the batteries out of the truck, then do that. Anyway, I'm going to unhook the negatives. Actually, rather my lovely assistant is going to unhook both the batteries on this truck, since it's his truck and all. Next thing we're going to do is right here, this black box right here, that's the ECM. And you can see that it goes all the way through the firewall. Well, there's a little gold bolt right there and a gold bolt right there. Those are 7 millimeters. Those will need to come out as well. I would put you under the dash with him and let you see him taking those two bolts out, but yeah, it's not gonna work. So just trust me that that's the sound of a ratchet singing its song and pulling a couple bolts out. Now once you get those 2 bolts out, the way you want to pull this out, you want to take the ECM and push it all the way to one side. There's a latch back there that you're actually disconnecting or disconnecting, I guess, when you do this. But anyway, pull it out this way and the whole ECM will just ease right out of the truck in your hand. Okay, with the ECM out of the truck, it just slides out of this deal here. And this is where we're going to access the actual board. I'll just use a pocket knife or anything, a screwdriver, whatever, and we're just going to pop this thing out. Comes out. And you see that edge of that circuit board right there? This is what we're going to access, or this is where the actual tuner is going to plug in on this edge connector right here. Now, the edge connector, it does have some like some goo over it. So if you were to plug the tuner onto it right now, it wouldn't make contact. So you got to clean all that goo off of the thing. And in order to do that, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pull the lid off of this in order to facilitate cleaning it just a little bit more. On the ECM, it'll actually come apart in, into a few pieces here. And this is the connector that we're looking to clean off of it. And they include a brass brush. So we just clean that one, and then we'll get in here gently and clean this side too. All right, that should be pretty well cleaned off. The board's got a conformal coating all over it, and this is the way we clean it. Once we're done with that, we'll go ahead and use this to finish cleaning it up. You'll be able to feel when all that conformal coating's gone. All right, I've got my connector cleaned up. And we'll go ahead and put our box back together. We've also cut out the end of our, our little holder here as per the instructions, and make sure we have it oriented the proper way. We do. And there's our opening. So I've got my USB and I've got my ribbon cable plugged up here. I think they want you to put a zip tie on the USB. So we'll do that as per the instructions. Maybe give this to... There we go. We'll cut this off. And we'll install it. There we go. Now we can take it back and put it back in the truck. So when you first get this thing, obviously it doesn't have any tunes on it, but according to the instructions, the truck won't start until you put some kind of tune on it. So I've gone ahead and downloaded the software, Hydra Flash. You can get it from hydrahelp.com. All right, so we go to Tools and Box Hex Conversion first. And we need to select the box code from the PCM sticker. And in my case, I still have the end of it there, NVK2. NVK2. There we go. And that's the hex right there. Desired calibration is going to be VRAA6S3. Okay, so here are the VRAA6S3. Now, I found it a little bit strange. Let me back up here. I found it a little bit strange what they were trying to... They didn't explain it in a way that I completely understood. When you go to Tools and you do box hex conversion as your first step, what you're doing is you're taking that 4-digit code, that NVK2, for example, for me, it'll be different for you. But you're taking that NVK2 and you're putting it up here, NVK2. Ooh, K2. Yeah, you're putting that NVK2 in there. Select it. And that's the hex, but this is the desired calibration that you're looking for. VRAA6S3. So you're basically looking for tunes that are in the family VRAA6S3. So what that means is when I go to search for tunes, I'm going to close here. Remember this, VRAA6S3. When I go to tune here, you're going to have basically tunes from every family of ECM that doesn't apply to your specific deal. So VRAA6S3. So there, I filtered that. So now the only thing that this is showing are things that are going to work for my particular ECM PZM. While I'm there, I'm going to do a Control A and Control C. I'm just going to copy that so I don't forget it, because I will forget it. Anyway, so basically this, we start right down the road here. So let's see if we can find a factory stock. So I'm going to take factory stock and I'm going to select that as my first position. And on my second position, we can do like whisper mode, for example. So we'll select whisper mode there. And on the third one, we'll just start walking up, you know, walking up the ladder here as far as what we want. So we'll do a 25 horse towing, select. Number 4, we'll do a maybe a 65 daily driver. And on this one, we might just do something fun, like 100 horse performance, for example. And, you know, as tempting as it is to go down here and look at these like 140 horse extreme, I'm not going to put that in there because I'm pretty sure the injectors, the factory injectors are not going to, you know, are not going to do any good for that. So anyway, so those are the ones that I'm going to load up there for right now, and we'll just hit program. Now, they also said that the actual thing on the dashboard here, it'll only show the positions that have been programmed. So you'll only see 5 of them in our case. And if we program a 6th one, you'll see 6. So that's that. Also really important that once you get this done, since the end of that ECM is open and there's wires hanging out of it, make sure that you don't accidentally take your foot down here, riding down the road and kicking around and accidentally halfway unplug that. Ask me how I know. You'll pull over in a driveway trying to figure out why your truck quit, with cars like flying by you on the side of the road. It will be cold outside. Might even be dark. Okay, so that should be it. Well, I realized that I accidentally forgot to put the 1200 high idle up there in slot 3 where I thought I was going to do it. So I've gone back and changed everything, but I did go ahead and add like a 40, a 65, and an 80 daily driver, and then 100 horse performance just to play with. So let me write all those. We'll try to start the truck. Very important. You need to unplug this before you can start your truck. All right, that's it. We are programmed up. I'm going to unplug this, and we'll just put the laptop back for a second. Fire it up. So that is our number 1 tune. 2 should be whisper. It is much quieter, I have to admit. 3 should be high idle. And 4 should start our fun. Number 4 is the first performance, or the first overstock tune, and we go 25, 40, 60, 80, and 100. So I think we should go drive it. What do y'all think? Okay, fine, we'll go drive it. Let's go. All right, here's our first one. This is the 25 horse tune, 0 to 60. Go. comes pull number 2, 0 to 60, 25 horse tune. Something's wrong. Something right. Hey, remember that time I didn't know what was wrong with my white truck? I'll leave the link up there for that video. Yeah, well, I think that same thing just happened to us again. Take 2. All right, 25 horse, take 2, go. It was 9.09. So, 9.09 seconds. It did good that time.
Yeah, 25 horsepower.
All right, so 9.09. All right, so this is 40 horse. Ready, set, go. .04. All right, 9.04 on that one. So, what if we go on up to the 65? No, is it 65?
Yeah.
Reset. Let's check this one out. Ready, set, go. .22. My tests are not very scientific, are they? So let's move on up to the, this would be the 85 horse tune.
Oh.
Yeah, that's I can't say enough about the difference. It's amazing. Just that that little roll in the throttle performance. Ooh-wee. It's a hell of a bunch of fun, boys and girls. I could get addictive and addictive really fast. Okay, that is a pretty truck. Anyway, so I'm not going to do any more pulls with it because it's not my truck and it's not my transmission. But suffice to say, the 85 horse daily driver tune, it's a pretty good tune. And I also got to say, I love the shift strategy. It beats the heck out of the Ford original stuff. Ford original stuff wasn't worth a damn, I didn't think. But this is serious. I mean, you know, end of the day, I think the last one we tested was the 40 horse or maybe the 65, and it knocked up what, about 2 seconds off the 0 to 60 or something like that. So I would say that is a humongous improvement. So anyway, I'm loving it. It's good stuff, guys. I hope you hope you enjoyed, got some entertainment out of this video, especially our antics. Anyway, appreciate you watching. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, tell all your friends about us, guys. I'll see you next time.